Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Diz Idiots Podcast, your home of the most non-timely Disney news, rumors, and speculation from all around the world, Disney World. Over there, you have your host, Bruce.
What's up, party people?
I'm your other host, Dozer. If you can't read the names, you shouldn't be watching and go back to school or something.
Or you're listening, in which case that's okay too. You don't know who's on which side.
Ooh, yes, I forgot we have audio listeners. So yeah, apparently stuff happened in the world today. You know, we're going to start off with some easy news. Remy's Ratatouille spin, I forget the full name of the ride.
Remy's Ratatouille Adventure.
Ooh, there we go. Will be opening on October 1st. Such a strange date they have chosen, October 1st.
October 1st.
What could be happening on that day? Is there something?
October 1st, 2021.
I don't know what could be going on with that.
I feel like there's something I should remember about that date. Guys are always forgetting these things, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
So bad.
Yeah. Oh man, like it. That's not my anniversary, is it?
Not your anniversary.
Oh no.
I don't have an anniversary.
Are you sure? Aren't you married?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what it could be.
In case you can't tell, folks, obviously it is. I'm not going to say Disney World. I'm going to say just it's Disney World, the Magic Kingdom's 50th anniversary.
Hey, Eric.
What's up, Eric?
I'm assuming Bruce knows you. I don't know you.
I don't know, Eric, but hey, Eric, how's it going?
Hey, we have somebody watching we don't know. I'll take it. So, you know, this is great. I'm always excited to see new attractions opening, and France needed a new attraction.
France needs this bad, and honestly, it does look very cute. I know people who've done the walkthrough of it, and it looks extreme. It looks like it's going to be a fun attraction. I do have a gripe of the day they picked to open because, why? Why, when you know what crowd? I worked the 40th, and I know what kind of crowds they got at the Kingdom. Where do you think that overflow is going to go? But I can see them trying to pull away. Either way, I'm just curious of the capacity. Obviously, we'll see.
Exactly. I think it'll work out well. They're trying to get people to all four parks on that day. And no, you didn't have double vision. I just have too many fingers. They're trying to get people to all four parks. I think it'll work, and it'll be nice to see Ratatouille spinning around doing their little adventure thing.
You know, it's about time to have something on that side of the park and by the back entrance of the park. It's overdue for attractions that way. That's why other ones they're planning, who knows if those will still happen, you know, such as Mary Poppins. And it's nice to see also something for kids to ride and enjoy in World Showcase. I know some people have thoughts against that, but really, France has a nice movie in the pastry shop and some restaurants, and adult slushies.
Adult slushies, the second best snack in Disney World.
Yes, they are. But it's going to be very nice, and it doesn't look too involved. I do love, a couple years ago, Ratatouille will never be at Disney World. Well, here we are.
Times have come quickly. Plus, it's better because we need things that are not the Kid Cot's fun stops. Nothing against the Kid Cot stops. They're great to learn a little something, but they're also a little hokey when you consider you're spending upwards of $100 a day to be in that park.
I'm also really happy it wasn't just, I know original plans, there's a Crush coaster in Disneyland Paris and Disneyland Europe. I'm blanking on the name, but they heard there was going to be a clone of that with Ratatouille. Years ago, this was a rumor, but I'm really glad it's not going to be that. The sets look awesome. Listen, these sets are huge because you're supposed to be a mouse.
Woohoo!
I like this stuff. Super Mario 3, Little Big Land. Yeah, throwback. I love it.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for that. And, in other big Disney news, apparently coming sometime soon, sometime April, May timeframe, we might be seeing late April. We'll be seeing Disneyland reopening at 15% capacity.
It's about time. And I know what people may be thinking, only 15%. Remember, unlike the world, Disneyland really operates on those annual pass holders. It's good for, and we're going to get the people of Anaheim.
What annual pass holders?
I'm sorry. I forgot they got rid of them. But still, when I say annual pass holders, I mean locals. And they really rely on the locals to come. The locals will come, and it also gets more people working. It's a good, beautiful thing. It's signs of improvement in Southern Florida, and thank God.
Yeah. No, and it needs to reopen, even at 15% capacity, while they will not be making money by any stretch of the imagination. They're going to be putting on that tourniquet and maybe not bleeding money.
They won't be. It'll help them. Merchandise, dinner, food. It's going to be tough, but I think it'll be nice. I mean, I'm a little worried about some of the attractions that haven't run in a bit. So unless they've been running them secretly, we'll see.
You never know. They could be having fun. The Ghost of Walt could be riding the bobsleds.
Oh, never again. Once on the Matterhorn was enough for a lifetime. Never again.
You know, I mentioned this to you earlier. You know, we heard about Dueling Dragons was torn down because it had reached the end of its service life. And you don't hear that with old roller coasters. You have a wooden roller coaster from 1928 still running. You got the Matterhorn bobsleds, the first tubular steel roller coaster, running fine. Space Mountain, the first fully computer-controlled roller coaster, still running just fine. End of the service life, shoddy design.
End of service life. First off, just to touch on a rumor here, end of service life of Dueling Dragons is for multiple reasons that had nothing to do with service life. To touch on that for a second. Also, did you just say Matterhorn are running just fine? My butt would disagree with that. My first attraction at Disneyland, it certainly was the Matterhorn bobsleds. I got off and said, why does Disneyland hate me? This was terrible. Do you want to go back on? No! I did not go back on. I rewrote many things that trip. I did not go. Do you want to go Matterhorn again? It is not fluffy friendly.
The last time I rode the Matterhorn bobsleds, I was in the second grade, so I'd ride it again.
It's worth, listen, it is worth riding, certainly. Also, that's when I realized, how come nothing has, there's no shade. How come none of these queues have shade? What is going on?
Because the same people that designed Disneyland designed Hollywood Studios.
It's also, they say it doesn't rain much in Anaheim. It rained that day, ladies and gentlemen. I brought the rain.
Well, yes, obviously. You're bringing over the Florida rain. 3:00 every day.
It was about 3:00 too. I'm not joking. After boiling on Big Thunder.
Yeah, but hey, we'll take it. But you know, as we just go from one transition to another, we also it's been a big week. Things are working out. The pandemic's hopefully tampering down a little bit. Knock on fake wood here, and it looks like we're going to have Halloween Horror Nights this year.
Horror Nights is back, people! It is official. The rumors are true. A couple of days ago, the Halloween Horror Nights Orlando Instagram had a blank post. There was nothing on it but some dots. The dots comment. That was it. What that meant, and I knew what any Horror Nights fan meant. Stay tuned. This is real. It's happening. Dates are announced September 3rd to October 31st. Always chance for a spillover day or two. They have done that in the past. We'll see. They do announce that due to the pandemic, they're not announced. There will be obviously restrictions. But anything health concerns, they said they will announce closer to the start of the day. And we have, now there's going to be a little controversy here, our quotations here, first house announcement. And I say first house announcement. We'll get to that in a second. That's right. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice opened at the end of last year, and the rumors are certainly true. They had to do that because Beetlejuice is in it this year. So I have friends that did the house last year, have nothing but great things to say. It, like other joke houses in the past, like Ghostbusters, and Stranger Things to an extent, and some others. It's going to be a little lighter on the scares, but it is themed to the hilt. And they said it is an excellent house. They do some cool stuff. It's in the one parade building, the good parade building. I guess they're both good in a way. That face said something.
It's a building. How's there a good building and a bad building? It's four walls.
The length of walk to get there. 2, the amount of good houses that have been in it. That's why it's a good building. They're both good buildings. The one has only had a few, but it's had some decent houses in it.
Okay.
By few, I mean 3.
Hey, I'll take it. But does that like Halloween? There's so much good stuff happen this week.
So much good stuff. And also, to touch on the quotations, I said the first house, Universal seemed to forgot that on Peacock they announced the official first house back in November, Puppet Theater Captive Audience, which is going to be fantastic. There's apparently the story of the house, which is why I knew it was coming. It was on the list for the docket. I just didn't know there was Earthquake is the code name that I can gather from a map. They release maps, and sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. The speculation maps, they had one in the Sprung tent, which is where it will be. The story of Puppet Theater is that it's a theater in California in the 50s, I believe the 50s. There's an earthquake, and the theater collapses and gets trapped underground. The puppet troupe that is the resident of the theater goes woohoo and starts turning the guests who are trapped there and the workers of the theater into demented puppets for their own play to keep their sanity.
Okay. And how would you say these houses are best enjoyed?
I would say they're best enjoyed in the company of friends, hence the tagline, Halloween Horror Nights 30, never go alone. I'd also say if you attempt to go into Halloween Horror Nights and you're of the appropriate age, they are always best enjoyed with a little adult beverage in your system.
Absolutely. And I've never been to Horror Nights. I tried to go one year, but they were sold out by the time we wanted to go. But, it's actually also Halloween night, so I'm not surprised I couldn't go.
You know what's funny? Halloween night's not always an instant sellout. In fact, I went on Halloween. When I worked down there, I did all the houses twice in about 3 hours.
Wow.
I was back in 2011. Great 2011. Great year. Excellent year. But it's Halloween Horror Nights is a lot of fun. I'm going down. I will be there the 21st or the 26th. So certainly if you're in Central Orlando, and certainly I'm doing Horror Nights all the nights I can. I'm there. Certainly if you're at Halloween Horror Nights or in the area, you can find me at Pato's, Fat Tuesdays, or Finnegan's in the park. Seeing my girl Anne Mary. She makes the best drinks in town. So does Jan. We have the best. I say Finnegan's has some of the best bartenders in the entire world, personally.
Well, that sounds like a ringing endorsement. And, I'm jealous. I still don't know the next time I'm going to get down to Orlando. Hopefully sooner rather than later. But
I hope to get to the world at least a day while I'm down there because, well, I have to do it. I'm going down. I got to try. Got to try it.
You're finally going to go to Trader Sam's Grog Grotto, the best drinks in the world?
Trader Sam's Grog Grotto, and I gotta go. I gotta give them a bit here. I gotta try to get a Rise of the Resistance.
You're not going to, so why bother?
Does it get right Tower of Terror? Everybody wins in this scenario.
That is very fair.
If I don't get a hunt, I go on Tower of Terror. I go back. I eat libations. Horror Nights.
Okay, yep, that works. I forgot Rise of the Resistance existed. Also, I saw a report today that cracked me up. Oh my lord, the new Star Wars hotel's literally in Galaxy Edge's backyard. Yeah, that was the point.
Where else was it going to be?
Like, it was always slated to have a direct connection to Galaxy's Edge. Like, did you people miss this when you wrote the articles?
It's meant to be perfectly themed. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's perfect. And yes, you'll probably see it from Galaxy's Edge. Yes, it'll look like it should be there. Deal with it. Or it'll be real low and
You know,
Flat. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm not going for years.
Yes, I'm probably never staying there. Let's face it.
You don't want a 3-day mandatory vacation where you have to stick to the theming?
One, that sounds a little bit like work. I love LARP. Don't get me wrong. If there's any LARPers out there who are listening, love you, power to you. Enjoy, folks. When I go to Central Florida, there's other things to tend to. Yes, other things. You know, other rides and attractions, Halloween Horror Nights.
Slinky Dog Coaster, the most exciting kids ride ever built.
Slinky Dog Dash and Alien Swinging Saucers are better than they have any right to be, but damn if they ain't fun.
Oh yeah. I love Slinky Dog, but I really like that Aliens.
It is so much fun, and I will admit it's the same ride, but it is a little better without Mater singing constantly in the background.
Everything is better without Mater.
And I like Mater, I really do. But Junkyard Jamboree, even though apparently I think it was Tokyo Sea, I saw that I think it was Tokyo or Hong Kong. Their swinging ride has Baymax, which I'm like, whoa. How did I get that?
You go to over there.
That was almost an option. Then I saw how slow Mario Kart was. Not happening. I can wait for 2025.
I just don't care.
I can wait. I don't need to travel there. Unless it's for Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, my level of care of anything Universal doesn't exist.
I'm just going to hold up the mug. I'm not going to say anything. I don't own allegiance to one park or the other. However,
you know, what grinds my gears, and we've talked about it before.
Let's get to Spacely Sprockets presents What's grinding your gears, Dozer?
The fact, okay, Horror Nights, that's fine. That's for adults. I get that. Perfectly A-okay. The rest of Universal not really being kid-friendly does kind of hurt because, sometimes I'd like to go. I'd like to ride some of this stuff, but it's a pain in the arse to do anything with a toddler. Okay, I get it. I'm a family of 3. I can live without going there for a few years. But then you begin looking at these bigger family trips, and then you realize somebody's always going to have a kid. Mm-hmm. Somebody is always going to get boned going to Universal, not being able to do anything they really want to do.
And I totally understand what you mean. I do like that they've kind of gone for the teen niche, if you will, teens and up, but it does hurt them. There's a lot of rumors circulating. I think, not to be political, on other bits of news, they are re-evaluating Seuss Landing, especially because there is a portion that is based on one of the books they're no longer selling.
Yes, and again, they may be re-evaluating it, and they may not have a choice.
Listen, they've actually always had play. Seuss Landing was a stretch. They were not sure they were going to get it. There's always been plans for something other than Seuss Landing there, which they can certainly do. That's the other. You know what? We're going to go to another piece of news. I'm raising a glass. Raising a glass here to the homie. Barney, it's been a ride, my friend. I will miss that statue. Miss walking past that statue, but Day in the Park with Barney is officially gone from the park, which I know people at the end, they were having more people operating it than watching it, which had to hurt. But it's certainly time for Barney to go. There's a lot of rumors that may be happening with Kids Zone. I've also heard rumors of what could be replacing Barney. We'll find out. But just to your point, it's true. I will admit, I love Universal. I love all the parks in Florida. I love SeaWorld. I love... Not the Holy Land Experience, if that still exists, but that's a different story. Why would you even take your kid to the Holy Land Experience? Let's not touch on that. Gatorland. But
I love this park.
I will admit that being teen-centric certainly hurts.
Yeah, and it's not even sitting here asking for tons of kids' attractions. Because, normally you put in a couple flat rides and you can make it work. It's the fact that even their baby swap system isn't good anymore.
It's funny. They had a great baby swap system, but they never updated it.
They did, but now it's you have to get in line with your child for the entire line. And if you're in a 2-hour line with a toddler, they're going to have to go potty, but you can't leave line. You're stuck there, and then you have to sit there. Your partner will ride. Then you swap and they ride. Yeah, that works. Yeah. But the way Disney does it is so much better, where I go, hey, I need a child swap ticket, and I get a special Fast Pass ticket while my partner waits in line and rides, and then I go, sweet, and march right up the Fast Pass and ride.
That logic also really hurts when you have a certain attraction that has 2 scare actors in the middle of the line. Kong has scares in the middle of that queue. Because I saw one kid hit the deck. And yeah. He hit the deck and then said, oh, I didn't scream. He's behind us here. I didn't scream. Kid, we're at Kong, which is the back of Islands Adventure. I'm like, they heard you in Cat in the Hat. Okay, relax.
So, in other news, it does appear the Holy Land Experience is a going concern in Orlando. Though it also appears it has been shut since March 14th due to the ongoing global pandemic.
If they've been shut that long, Holy Land Experience was touch and go when I worked there.
Yeah, I just have, out of concern for our guests, the greater Orlando community, and the potential spread of COVID-19, the Holy Land Experience will close our park at the close of business Saturday, March 14th, until further notice.
That day ain't coming back. So I raised my glass to the Holy Land Experience.
If you really, no longer will you have a way to get your over-religious family to Orlando. Though there is that great church. There's a great church in Orlando.
A couple of great churches.
Who, my mom always found it suspicious. The names of the men who built this, who funded this church, are buried under here. You can't look them up. They're buried. And my mom sat there and went, so Disney or Universal funded this church, and they just don't want it to be known they funded a church.
Disney bought Witch Commons, and they took it over from the city. So, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, our Mary Queen of the Universe. My
Crossroads.
Mom had
Mary Queen of the Universe. Yeah. That's what they're thinking of. Crossroads. I think Disney took over Crossroads recently.
I know, but now how am I going to go to the Crab Shack?
I had a lot of fun times at Crossroads, okay? Pizza Juno, baby.
Perkins. So did I. That's the home of the world's most expensive grocery store.
Serious, thank you. Somebody knows what I'm talking. I try to tell people I can't remember it. Like, I swear on everything. I would swear to stack of Bibles. I went to a grocery store and chicken nuggets were $28 for a bag of standard chicken nuggets. I'm like, I'm sorry, chicken patties. Not even nuggets. They're chicken patties. I'm like, what are these made out of? Like, does the chicken have a name? Did it have a college degree?
Yeah, no. That chicken was more certified to be a patty than anything, but
because its name was Patty.
Look, it's even. They know they just have all the tourists just coming off Disney property for the easiest grocery store in town. The options were that or don't filling out the little we'll bring it to your room form where they also overcharged for everything.
Of course.
$9 for a 6-pack of Coke? Sure! They knew they had it. I've been to the Walmart in Orlando. That is a slightly scary experience.
The one at 535?
You act like I remember.
I think it's 535 too. I just remember that. Wow, go me. Yeah, the Walmart there wasn't that bad. I mean, it's not Dr. Phillips, but it wasn't that bad.
I was there at like 9 o'clock at night, and it was still packed.
I've been there when it was packed at 3 in the morning. Thank you.
And I'm sitting there going, what is this? Is this the Reading Walmart from Kutztown?
More or less.
Oh. But, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to level with you. I'm really tired. So I think it's time for us to wrap up this episode.
I think so.
Remember, I forget the name of his travel agency, but look up our boy Brian. Flying with Brian. We'll call it that. And go to Disney. You don't pay him, Disney does.
Everybody wins.
What a ringing endorsement. But then again, he also doesn't pay us, so you get what you get. You get what you pay for. So, you know, until next time, please remember to keep all hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle until it comes to a full and complete stop. And you have been enjoying the Diz Idiots podcast with Bruce and Dozer. Till next time, see you real soon.